Hello and welcome back to Dank Mountain. Dank Volcano, Dank Mountain, the greatest dwarf fortress you'll ever see. And of course I have renamed the dearest dwarves. We have John Carlos as the miner, Austin Torres as our woodworker, and Pierre is the stoneworker. Undefined Specimen is of course the expedition leader. After all, we are undefined. Zach Grayson is a fish cleaner, not that they're going to be very useful in all honesty. Ichikami Katsur is the fisher dwarf. Again, your talents are sort of wasted here. And lastly we have Matthew Fletcher as our herbalist. Wonderful stuff that, wonderful stuff indeed. Now if only someone would finally build a carpenter's shop, which they have, beautiful. We'll start off with 7 beds as per usual, keep people relatively happy. I mean, there's not much point not to. And most likely gonna get rid of the wagon as well. I'd like to see any point in not doing so. Hopefully we won't be keeping things moving too much longer. Hopefully. Knowing my luck though, I think we'll be on this for quite a while longer. But only a little while longer. Because this is flashing and I'm really annoyed by flashing, I'm gonna just do this real quick. Also keep things going smoothly if we don't have food littering the ramps. I hear that makes the wheels a bit, you know, tight. Now, let's see if we can put some fields up here. Because for reasons unbeknownst to me, well, fields are quite useful when it comes to surviving. Of course, I say this, but I'm sure a few of you can tell the sarcasm. And if not, then, well, I don't know what to say to you. I assumed it would have been obvious. Still, we have people idle, which means the transportation of goods has finally completed. And it means that we can finally get back to our digging. Now, what level did we want to make our entrance? It was here, was it not? My question is, what level is the magma actually on? And what level is me just being silly? Well, the best way to tell, I suppose, is to build sea floor. Alright, so, as we all know now, this here is the level of the magma, not the one before. Because apparently this is actually blocked off. Here I thought it was just something else. Okay, that's interesting and good to know, I suppose. Question is, how do we manage to better direct the magma for our furnaces now? Considering that we are less able in controlling it. Let's not worry about that just yet. I think it's best for us to maybe work on expanding this beauty of a construction and get deeper into the mountain. Because as we all know, digging deep and greedily only brings a civilization great happiness. And never, oh never, would it be a bad idea to dig deeply, greedily, and up foremost without caution or self-respect. I'm aware this will create a bit of a bottleneck, but I'm sure we don't mind that too much. At least not for the moment. We can probably reuse this Why do I not have anything working? Ah, I have the auto miner on. That explains a lot more. Anyway, as I was saying, we will be probably reusing this as a livestock area after the fact, but for now it'll have to do as our main growing area, at least for a short while. Here, here, and of course down here. Beautiful. Now, I might want to actually figure out about the fishermen, because it seems their jobs are slightly unnecessary, at least for the moment. Let's see, who here is the fisherman? Not entirely sure if you can see what I'm doing, but I trust you can understand from what I'm saying. I'm going to make this the poor man Ichimatsu Katsur, our beautiful fisherman, into a beekeeper instead, including waxworking, and I think also, perhaps, just perhaps, I shall make him... No, a miner would not be the best choice. Now, moving on, we have our dearest man, Zach Grayson, who is a fish cleaner, but also a butcher. And being a butcher, I think he should be working with animals, so hunting will be his priority. Very good. Now, let's see if that has changed anything, or if I am just working with nonsense. Moving back up here, we have our plots ready, but of course nothing to sow necessarily. Makes things slightly more difficult, I suppose. But I'm sure we can do fine. Prepare an easy meal if you may. And for the still, brew some drinks, because I mean, there is no water, and as much as I like to think about it, water is quite important. Now, let's see, let us build a nest. No, a hive, what am I saying? Alt-H. One of the greater buttons to press. At a relatively good distance, and hopefully we will be able to build some sort of reprom out of it. By brewing the drinks, of course, we will be getting seeds, and hopefully keeping them as much as I hope. And yeah, we shouldn't be too badly off. Let's see. I want to make sure we're getting the seeds because, you know, as much as I'd like to, it does help when we actually gain seeds. Now, we'll keep one for the split, and the rest of them will stay as just having products. Wow, quite the busy man, our dear miner here. Let us build ourselves farm plots, of course. One here. And one on the opposite corner. Now, unless I'm mistaken, yeah, this has not been completely dug out yet, so we'll be leaving that for the next attempt. Or I say attempt, it's more of just a choice at this point. Build beds, of course, because, I mean, who wouldn't want to sleep in a massive room alongside all of your stuff? It's only natural. All 7 of our beautiful beds, and the wagon has been dismantled as it should. Good. we just installed a colony, always good to see. Which means at this point we just have to wait a while longer. And I think to make things better for us, I'm going to make a little bit of a zone here, make it a pen pasture, and put the yak bowls into it for a variety of reasons. And additionally, we're going to make this a zone, make it a meeting area. Keep people on hand from where I need them. So beds have all been installed, good to see, good to see. Mining is coming along nicely. Of course the growing area still has not been entirely set out, which I'm sure someone will do in reasonable time. Drinks, seeds, but nothing I can grow outside. Which is quite a nuisance, I have to say. Come now, you won't make me wait, will you? That would just be so terribly cruel. Now, I think I'm going to make a few more hives. Why, you ask? Well, I have nothing better to do, that's for one, but also, we don't want to starve, and honey, as much as it makes you a bit fat, is exceedingly good at stopping you from starving. It's just not very filling and gets a bit everywhere, but I'm sure we'll be fine. It seems though we have a lot of capybara. What is this? Let us view these units. A medium-sized semi-aquatic rodent. Lives in large herds and barks when alarmed. Average in size. Well, that's a curious little thing. Of course, I'm concerned as to its health, considering water is something we have in less than good supply. Also, is that gold and iron? I think it is. Well, that is definitely a good start, considering we're on a volcano. Now come on, kitchen, get me some seeds I can use. Something better than some strawberries. And we'll do the same with these plots over here. Keep things nice and even. As I said, we'll most likely make this into a poultry farm after the fact when we have a larger farming area set up. But all in due time. All in due time. A hive is still being built, good to see. Not about to stop him, that's for sure. The man knows what he's doing. At least I hope so. Of course, I think he's our brewer as well as the man in charge of woodworking, which makes life a lot more difficult. Oh no, it's not, he's not. It is this man that's in charge of woodworking. Well, with 7 people, things can get a bit claustrophobic, so I will not judge him. At least not yet. But I will continue building hives so that we do not have too much trouble. There we go. A nice 3x3. Keeps things healthy. We have some bees coming around as well. Good, 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 good. Now let us dig on. We don't have time for dawdling. That would be the job of someone else. Shall we just make one large pillar downwards? That always sounds like a great idea. At least that's what some people say. And we might as well make it a slight bit more prettier, I suppose. No need not to. Of course, some people might not enjoy it as much. It's always those some people, isn't it? Those that must always ruin the mood for everyone else. What terrible prices have they paid to make them such joy killers? But I think this cross will be fine. I realize now that it was a much easier way of doing this, simply designating the entire area to be mined out and then with a few short taps cleaning out what I didn't want to be cut out. But I feel this is more than therapeutic enough for me, so I will leave it be. Though I am very concerned about the fact that my orders regarding plots are still not being completed. Perhaps I need a firmer hand. Or someone else to do it, at least. I'm very curious as to what he is actually brewing. Or in this case, cooking. I'll leave it be. I'll leave it be. Now he is brewing, that's for sure. He took one of these green things. What is one of these? Red spinach, you say? Well, I think we can grow that up above the ground. Let him finish up, and we'll have a look at the kitchen, see if he's produced any seeds, which we could say no. Presumably that's what he created. I wouldn't know. I would not know. Back to creating more. And of course, our plots stand empty. We'll have to create a new person to do that job, apparently. He's a bit too overworked, it seems. Now, who here is idle? Well, Ikshi Katsura, new job for you. You get to do farming as well. I hope you don't mind too much. We do need someone to do it, and currently fishermen are in low demand, to say the least. Now, what to do about the rest of this area? As I did say, this was probably going to be our main area, considering it is, well, this one's actually larger, so that might cause a bit of a change in plans. Of course, I say that, it just constantly gets larger and larger and larger. But I do feel like a large encirclement of the magma pool seems like a good thing to do. So... Shall we dig our way out towards it then? I've done it again, I've done it again. These mining operations are getting worse by the minute. Now, please mine it out. What do I put on this floor that I don't already have? Summer has already arrived. We haven't quite gotten any stockpiling done for the winter yet. That is definitely not good, and that is the timer, so thank you for watching the Dank Mountain, and the dankness will return most likely tomorrow. I'll see you all then.